Hello. I feel weird talking to the camera because I haven't in a while. It's just reminded me I need to take this charger to charge this camera. I have been a bit overwhelmed. I've had a lot going on in the last month and a half maybe. There's just been so much and I am trying to not have a breakdown, quite honestly. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because I am aware that my nieces may be watching this and that's not for little ears. So I have booked a room at a Premier Inn that is literally like 20 minutes away. Not 20 minutes for me, but 20 minutes in the car. I can't drive, so it is actually 2 hours away, so technically I am sort of going on holiday. No, but I just needed a little self-care night, I think, is the way to describe it. I've been getting very overwhelmed. I will tell you all this later when I'm in the hotel. I'll just explain it all, but I've had a series of unfortunate events, especially in the last couple of days. There is like an omen on this flat. I think there has been so much bad luck in literally like 2 days, and it's kind of scaring me actually, but we're not going to talk about that, so instead I'm leaving. There is just so much, and I just want a night of, I don't even want to be on my phone. Well, I've got to do some stuff on my phone, but most of the night I don't want to be on my phone. I want to get a takeaway. I don't want to stress about anything. I just want to relax. I've got some uni work to do, which is a little bit stressful, but I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna even journal today because I feel like, because of the amount of bad luck, I feel like I need to get in touch with the universe again. Little black book of dreams. It's actually not a black book of dreams, it's actually a black book of nightmares, some may say. I could just tell you this later because it will go with the bad luck, but I'm just going to show you quickly because I was just looking at the time. Yeah, okay, yeah. Did break my phone earlier. I screamed and shouted a lot because it was in my pocket, like this, in my trouser pocket. Pulled it out. As I've done like that, somehow it's just fell and it's landed into the cat's water bowl, and I have a crack at the back, so it's just in, like, I got it straight away and wiped it, and obviously this phone is waterproof, so it should be fine. If I didn't have the crack it would have been fine because it was only there for like a second, but obviously it's just gone straight through the crack, pardon the pun. But the problem is it's so fucking bright. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the glow? That's not even my screen because my screen's on night shift. I mean, the brightness is quite high, but even with the brightness really low, like, that's really bright. So maybe it's actually a blessing in disguise, and it's gonna get me to get off my phone and not just scroll on my phone for hours like I normally do, because it's hurting my eyes. That's all I can see. Anyway, so that is just one thing that's happened. I am gonna actually make a coffee. It's 12 o'clock, I need to leave in like an hour and a half. I'm gonna make a coffee, pack my bag, get dressed. Well, my top half's dressed. Get dressed and then head off, and I will see you at the hotel. Bye. We're in the hotel now, in the hotel room. One thing, window doesn't open. Oh, how am I gonna sleep with fresh air then? I'm gonna sleep outside. I didn't realise that my room number is 1 and the first room. No, I thought it was going to be right next, when he said 1, I was thinking, oh, that's kind of weird, is that going to be right next to the restaurant? I say restaurant, like the lobby restaurant bit. And he was like, I didn't say anything, but he was like, yes, 1, you just go around there and just down the corridor. And I was thinking, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm going to be right, like, I'm going to be hearing all these people in, like, the restaurant, and, like, for breakfast, it's not going to be, like, tranquil and quiet. But no, I walked, as you could tell by that clip I just did, I walked quite a while and here I am. Anyway, yeah, so the window doesn't open. Not really sure why, if I'm honest, but apparently there's a constant stream of fresh air in the room from the air conditioning. but the air conditioning's on. Like, I don't understand what it means, but like the heating is on. I presume that air conditioning, but it says like 19 degrees, so like I hope that changes. Anyway, it is 3:28. Look at my phone. I know I showed you guys earlier, but like it's hurting my eyes, as you can tell, so I keep having to use my phone like this and just cover it. So annoying. Like, it is getting me off my phone, but it's a little bit annoying. Anyway, I bought some snacks from Morrison's. Got some Milky Bar buttons, some strawberries, and some Pringles. But you're on the Pringles right now. I'm not feeling great, if I'm completely honest, but I think this, so I haven't explained, but I was ill for a long time. For a good like month I was ill. Finally got some antibiotics, but it was a 3-day course of antibiotics, and I think I've had the infection that I've got. I think I've had it since June last year. I'm not sure if I've said that in any clip before, and I'm not even sure what clips I have done before this video, because let me plug you in, hold on. Okay, I'm back. It actually was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, because I tried to plug you into my laptop, but I can't record while you're plugged into my laptop for some reason. It can charge while it's in my laptop, but can't record, and then I couldn't find the plug, and I thought, oh my god. Anyway, unnecessary stress. We're here for a stress-free night. Now, I can't remember what I was saying, but I am going to talk you through what has been happening, and the reason why I'm so stressed out. And also I thought, you can't die on me, camera, because you're my only other source of social, don't know what that means, but, or what I'm trying to say, but obviously I live alone, and sometimes I'm with my mum for the evening, sometimes I'm on my own for the evening, but I still have the cats, you know. This is just a night with, like, I don't have to answer to anyone, not even the cats. Which, I know it sounds harsh, but it's a hard life being a single parent, yeah? Anyway, I am going to go into a little bit of detail about what's been happening, because I just want to talk it through, really. So, I have had a real string of bad luck the last couple of days, and I don't know why. I don't know. It feels like there is, I think I did mention this actually in an earlier clip, but it feels like there is this like cloud over the flat at the moment, and it's really depressing. I don't believe in God, and I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe in like energy and, not spirit, but like that kind of vibe, you know? I believe in the universe, and I believe in energies, and I believe like the energy you put out, or the energy, I don't know how to word that, the energy that surrounds you and what you put out is what you get back, right? And like manifesting and all that bollocks. Not bollocks, but that shit. Anyway, saying that I believe in it and then calling it bollocks. I didn't mean that. So I don't even know how to explain this. I'm going to put a timestamp. If, Lily, if you're watching this, please don't watch this bit. Skip to the timestamp. If, hopefully, Vicky's with you and she can skip to the timestamp. But anyway, if there is a young kid watching, get it. No, I'm joking. If any of the kids are watching, please, hello, Vicky. If they're watching this on their own, please can you skip to this timestamp? Anyway, skip to this timestamp, okay? Because I'm going to be talking about stuff that I don't really want you guys to know. Okay, anyway, so I have been, now that the kids are gone and the adults are here, let's get to it, let's get crack-a-licking. So I have been in a slump recently, such a slump, and I think it is because I've been ill, and I've been ill for a very long time. I'm very fed up, so I've been ill since, like, sort of continuously since February. Like the 20th of February. It's now the 10th of April. Happy birthday, Georgia. It's now the 10th of April, right? That's a very, very long time, and it's a very long time to get through, you know? Like, it's a long time to feel ill. and it's every day. And before this, I would have a headache every day. I still have headaches every day, but before this, I'd have a headache every day, and then that was getting me down because I'd just get a headache all the time. But I'd still feel generally okay. But this time, I've got the headaches every day still. I'm now ill with this infection and have been since February. I just feel run down all the time, and I think that's what I'm struggling with at the moment, because I had a good week. There was a couple of days where I felt like absolutely back to normal, felt my normal self. But I was like, oh, I don't want to push it. And then there was a couple of days where I was like, oh, I'm absolutely fine, I can push it, you know, like whatever. I was back to uni and all of this shit and doing shoots and everything. But now I'm just feeling a bit slumped again, which is a bit annoying. And it's not helping my mental health. My health anxiety at the moment is fucking skyrocketing. Like, it is crazy. I've always had it, I think, but it's always just sort of like ran in the background, whereas now it's just on the forefront of my mind, and all I can think about is my health. And it doesn't help the fact that I have been ill for so long now, and I've had like the doctors and the hospital involvement and all the tests and everything, and like that alone is quite like traumatic to go through. But when it's like constant and then you feel so ill, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot. And I don't actually want to say that. I want to take that back. It's not traumatic, I don't think. I think it's a time of my life that I want to be over with, and it's a time of my life that I want, and I can't wait to think back and think, oh, do you remember that? Do you remember that time I was really ill for that long time? I want that at the moment, and I don't want to be in it anymore. But also, like, it does kind of feel traumatic at the time because of my health anxiety. So like, for this moment in time, I feel like it's constantly traumatic. Like, I feel, especially the seizure I had, so like I've had like the same sort of, it's just family watching this and friends, so you all know, but that feeling that I have, that like I have before that happens, I keep getting that. Or I keep feeling like today, I would, like, for example, this morning I had a real shit night as well. I'll get onto that. But this morning I've just felt like my head's shaking all day, and that's the sign that I had multiple times before I blacked out and before I had the seizure. So all day I've been on edge, like, something's gonna happen. And then I think I feel worse because I'm anxious and I'm like scared that something's gonna happen. But I'm trying to just calm, take it easy, and I think that's what this evening is about. And I think I do need this evening just to not answer to anyone, be completely on my own, and just I want to get some work done, or try and get as far, like, just I'm gonna write a to-do list in a minute. Actually, I want to journal. I want to like deal with my mental health tonight. Like, I want to just get it all out of the way so that I can feel a bit better about myself, about my life. And I will do that through like journaling and just taking a moment to just switch off. I don't need to, because when I'm at home, although I won't be doing anything, I just feel like guilty because I'm not doing anything, and I feel like there's always something to do. And if I'm not doing that one thing, I then feel guilty for not doing the thing. So it's hard. Yeah, it's just been a real hard slump, and like I said earlier, I'm trying to stop myself from having a breakdown. I'm gonna be real, it's tough, it's really hard. And I actually said this to my sister Georgia the other day. I said that I'm so susceptible, is that the word, to a bad mental health and to suicidal feelings and a breakdown, you know, quite matter of fact, but that happens a lot, and I am so easily drawn in to that. But in order to move on with my life, I need to work so fucking hard to stop that from happening. Without like going into like too much detail, I feel very triggered at the moment for many reasons, and to stop myself from crumbling, I have to just keep going. But the problem is with keeping going is the fact that I feel so ill physically. It's so hard to keep going, and I don't want to push myself, and I'm even more anxious because I think that if I push myself, I'll have a seizure. It's kind of tough, you know what I mean? It's kind of tough, but this is my way of having a little break and sort of getting my shit together and just saying, like, to myself, like, Emma, you've got to get through this because there's literally nothing else. Look, it's all like so manky. It's got damp in. This has been with me for years, and it's like, I can't even, it's a diary and a poetry book and a journal. Like, it's just, if I ever have something going on in my head, most of the time I'll write it down in here, but I haven't written in here for a while, actually. Oh, that's quite a clean cut. I am a fucking stationary bedder, you know what I mean? Anyway, last time I wrote in here, I'm trying to try not to read it. 29th of the 9th, 2024. I labelled it I'm not going to show you, but I labelled it part 2, and it was like a rebirth. It was like we're starting again. And actually, I have been mentally actually okay since then. But I just haven't filled anything in, so I've got a lot going on in my head. I'm gonna do something. See you in a bit. I've taken my bra off, so if you see my boobs, then I'm sorry. Hello? You working? No, you're not working. Oh, what a shame. Anyway. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, it's little Mr. Foxy waiting for me in bed. Bless his little heart. I wasn't going to read through this journal. And I never look back at it until I'm writing in it. Because when I write in it, I'm either in a bad place and I need to then, or I'm in an okay place and I just need to like offload, right? So it's still for venting either way. And I never look back at it because I think it's just, I'm looking back at it, and if I look back and read these things, I'm reading the most raw words I have ever said, ever in my life. And it's because I know that nobody sees this, right? So I truly speak my heart, and in this book is things that I've not told anybody about. I just think it's a really heavy book, and it's not a book, it's not a pick it off the shelf and start reading it, do you know what I mean? But there is one thing I want to read out, which is the last entry I wrote on the 29th of September, which I said about. But just for context, this is, you can't really see because it breaks up, but absolutely pages and pages and pages of descriptions of the worst times of my life. And like I said, it's my raw words, and there are suicide notes in here, and there are little things in here that are I've just read back because I thought I am in an okay place. Although I'm very overwhelmed and very stressed out, mentally I'm much better than I've been previously. So I felt strong enough to read it, and oh, someone's flushed the toilet, I think. Not my toilet, someone's toilet. But reading it, and I did let out a few tears, which you can probably tell why I'm a little bit shaky. Forehead's a bit strained. Let out a couple tears because I've been through some shit. I'm sad for myself, and I don't want to wallow in pity, and that's not what this is for, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on that. That's what this book is for, to wallow in my pity. But I just wish I could go back years, and I wish I could save the girl that's written in this book, because I feel so detached from who that is. Like, she needed guidance, and I think it's sad she didn't get that. It's not that she didn't get it. And I say she because I feel detached from that person. That's not me. This isn't... This is what I mean. This was meant. It is a good time away, but it's just... This is what I needed. That's what I meant when I said earlier that I need to feel my feelings, and this is my feeling. I deserved so much better with many things in life. But anyway, so my last entry in this book, I called it part 2 because I wanted to change the narrative quite literally in this story, and I was just tired of going into this book and just the way I felt every time I opened this book. So I wanted a rebirth, and I think it then makes it sort of harder to write in again because I don't want to be negative. This is called part 2. Can you call it a rebirth, a switch in my mindset? I don't want to be a victim anymore because that isn't fair. I don't want to spend my days sad and my nights sadder. I need to live now. I'm in university now and I am surrounded by people that don't know me. They have no idea what I've been through. I am in control and can decide who knows. I feel close to the universe today. I feel as though everything has happened in my life to align everything up to this chapter in my life. I want to make it good. I have an urge to create, to share, to inspire, and to really do good. That's my decision and my idea to make. I found this book really hard to open and even harder to write in. It was like I could open it and all the demons and darkness would escape and flood back into my life. I felt that if I did not have words adequate enough, they did not belong in this book. I'm a secret perfectionist that's tied down in every aspect. My words need to be perfect, my poetry needs to be perfect, my photography needs to be perfect. Instead of striving to be the best and make it perfect, I crumble under pressure, and then nothing is perfect because there's nothing there. I let it all fester inside my head until I'm overwhelmed. Now, is that why Van Gogh cut off his ear? Is that also open to interpretation? I visited Amsterdam earlier this month. I haven't been able to articulate how I feel about it. The reason why is because it's all positive, but that happy and positive feeling is rare now. The beauty of growing up. But whilst I was there, I went to Fabrique de Luminaire. In brackets, I put maybe because I think I spelled it wrong. So maybe I went to this place because it might not exist because it's probably spelt wrong. And saw a Van Gogh exhibition that was immersive. The artworks were projected onto the floors and the walls and moved with music. There were other artists and artworks, but I was taken with Van Gogh's Starry Night. This played whilst Outro by M83 played in the background. The words "I'm your king" was prominent, and although I know that they are the words, I have and will always hear this as "I'm okay." For now and forever, I'm okay. I was overcome with emotion, and it was then that I decided that I did not want to be hurt anymore. It's unfair and it's surreal, but I can't live hurting forever. I will always be angry and I will always be hurt, but that doesn't define me. That's not Emma. It gets better and I'm choosing now. I remember writing this and I was sat on a park bench writing this. I was watching some men play football. That might be why I felt so positive and happy. I'm joking. It was just a good way to end the sort of sadness in this book. And don't get me wrong, there will always be sadness that I will come to this book to write about and almost to have guidance with. But sometimes you just need to think, my life is so long and I have such a long life ahead of me. Let's fucking hope my health anxiety fucking calms down, I'll think that. Anyway, but there is just so much more to live for. I think I'm at the point now with my mental health that I can't keep being a victim. I can't keep being a burden to people, right? Because although you might think, oh yeah, you're not a burden if you're talking about your mental health, you're never a burden, but you are. Everyone knows it. Nobody wants to hear somebody 24/7 complain about all the shit parts of their life all the time. Obviously therapists probably do, and that's why they're paid to hear that. But for everyone around you, they're not a therapist. They're not paid to hear that. They don't want to hear it. And although I will always be there and I will always be empathetic to anybody that's struggling with their mental health, always, I will also, I think you're a bit wonky by the way, sorry about that. I will always be there to speak with anybody about anything. But there will be a point where I'll get tired of hearing that. And I don't know whether that's a shitty thing to say, and maybe nobody else thinks that way and maybe it's just me, but I can't hear that 24/7 because then I will start feeling that way. You know, when you're fed all of that, you start then feeling the same way. So I don't know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my family through all of that constantly. I don't want to put my mum through it all the time. Like, it just breaks my heart the amount of, I would cry again. Breaks my heart the amount of shit that I've put my mum through in the last couple of years. Like, she doesn't deserve that, and I need to just live. I just need to grow up and get through it, because life is shit and my life is shit, but there's also good parts of my life, and I need to focus on them, because I think I will succumb to the darkness constantly if I do not choose to ignore it. If I do not choose to just keep going. So yeah, it's a little ramble. You're welcome. This is what I needed. I needed to like talk things out, right? And I'll probably do a whole video, not in like a vlog way. You are wonky. Fuck. Sorry about that, you've been a bit wonky this whole clip, because you're stood on my Pringles and I'd eaten some and the lid was up a bit and I didn't realise until just now. Sorry about that. Hello, sweet child of mine. Got my order. What do we have? 2 Peronaises, garlic bread, corn on the cob, halloumi sticks, and a beanie burger. Same order all the time, but why change something if it's not broken? Do you know what I mean? That's what I also think. That's what I think all the time. Why am I going to fix something if it ain't broke? And my order, there's nothing wrong with it. Let's hope there's no plastic in it though, because the time before last I had Nando's, there was plastic in it. I've eaten my Nando's. It was really, really good. It was really worth it. I honestly think Stathblet's Flats is just a comedic masterpiece. And I don't know why, like ages ago, years ago, when the first series came out, I started watching it, but I just stopped. I didn't watch it. I didn't carry on watching it because I've seen some of the first episodes, but it's just brilliant. It's just so fucking funny. Like, it actually has me cry laughing. I've seen series 1 and 2 about 1,000,000 times because I play it constantly on Netflix, but series 3 is on Channel 4, so I've watched it once, but I'm watching it again, like through again, and oh, it's just so funny. It's just hilarious. He is hilarious. Anyway, I have eaten my dinner now. It's 7 o'clock. The evening's just going so long. No, going so quick. And Mum said the other day, she was like, I never have a long evening. I was like, me neither. And I said, oh, I'll let you know if my evening feels long tomorrow. It doesn't feel long. It's 7 o'clock. What? I actually slept really horribly last night, and I didn't even explain that to you. Let me explain that to you. I went to sleep, and I went into bed, and it was really, really cold. So I was like, oh, I was wearing a hoodie, like a zip-up hoodie. I was like, oh, I'll put on some joggers and some socks, right? Because my toes are fucking freezing. I was like, that'll warm me up. And it did warm me up, but a little bit too much. And then the reason is, what? And then an hour later, I woke up. And throughout that hour I had sleep paralysis, which I always get if I get too hot. So I think I fell into a really deep sleep really quickly, and then I got overheated. Woke up really like drowsy, like down some water, and then was just like a bit, oh god, like what the hell, I could fall asleep just sitting here. And I turned around and fell back asleep, and then I woke up at least 3-4 times because I had well, 3 very vivid dreams last night that I can remember. And then a 4th if you count the sleep paralysis, but anyway. Oh, after sleep paralysis, because I felt locked in my body, and I was screaming, but I couldn't get anything out. When I woke up, I thought that my voice was broken because of the sleep paralysis. So I tried to test out my voice to talk to see if I still had a voice. And for some reason I decided to say thank you. I was like, thank you, thank you. Who am I thanking? The gods for waking me up? What the hell? Anyway, now I haven't told you the string of bad luck that I've had, so sorry for teasing you about that earlier. Let me tell you now. So 2 days ago, the air fryer, like an air fryer lining I had in my air fryer caught fire. What? Then I used my oven instead of the air fryer because I was scared of the air fryer. Then I used my oven, and then like I sat down with my dinner, and then like half an hour later I realised that the oven was still on because I could hear like crackling. And then after the air fryer lining caught fire, I FaceTimed my mum. I went to put her on the side, and my phone fell and landed in the cat's biscuits bowl, but at an angle, so it like went down onto the bowl, and then the biscuits flew everywhere. And then earlier that day, Astro threw up on my sofa. And then later that night, I was sat down, I thought, I just need to zone out and play Sims. Sat down on the chair, on the recliner, sat with my legs like straight out, and Astro's jumped on my legs. I haven't moved a muscle, and he's jumped on my legs, jumped on my shin, and then instantly jumped off again, like hopped into a corner, and then like limped and hopped away, and like came round to this, like round here to the sofa. So I like looked down, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I went to stroke him, and he hissed at me, and then he went into, like, limped into the bathroom, and I thought, well, what the fuck? Instantly, I started recording on my phone, because I thought, like, I'm gonna have to, like, tell the vet what's happened, even though I don't know what the fuck's happened. And I was like, oh, I was instantly thinking, like, that's gonna be such a hefty bill, and I was like, what the fuck has happened to him? How has he hurt his foot? So then I was like, have you got cramp? Like, anyway, so I got down on the floor, to like see him, and comment came up for a fuss, obviously. But then I seen Astro, and I go, Astro, what's wrong? Like, what's up? And I start scratching him, and he like rolls around. He's like loving the scratches. He's like rolling around. And then he like gets up, and he like walks a bit normally. But I went to go and touch his paw to see if I could feel like a cut or a broken bone, or if it felt different. And he wouldn't let me near it. So I thought, oh, he's really hurt it. But no, he was absolutely fine, and then he was just like rolling around, and I sat there and cuddled him, and then after like 5-10 minutes, he was running around, jumping and chasing after a fly, absolutely fine, and then he's been fine ever since. He hasn't limped once. It's not really weird. I can't work out what happened, because I didn't move. He didn't, like, I thought he got scared, when he jumped off, I thought he got scared of like my laptop or something, because I had my laptop on me. So I thought maybe that scared him, even though I sit like that all the time. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether, I think maybe he's, where the recliner goes up, there's like metal bits of like the recliner underneath. I don't know whether he's maybe scraped his paw on it and it like hurt him, or he's got cramp, or he just like landed wrong. And like sometimes when we jump as humans, we like land on our ankle wrong, and we get that ankle pain that shoots up. It's horrible. But yeah, and then today I dropped my phone, and now it's broken, which is really annoying. I'm gonna sit and watch Stafflet's Flats. I don't want to get into bed. Oh, I just caught my nose ring because I went for an MRI, and in my MRI, obviously I had to take out the nose ring. Really struggled to like get it out, but like putting it back in, I haven't been able to clasp it together, so I keep having to like hide it. But then the clasp keeps getting caught in the hole, and it's really annoying. But anyway, that's none of your business. That's actually besides the point. I don't know what point I'm trying to make, but that's besides it. Anyway, gonna watch this, and then I'm going to, oh yeah, what I was saying is I haven't got in bed, obviously. I've just been sat at the thing, and actually I was sat for a while, obviously doing some uni work. Well, editing the photos, even though my laptop just stopped working. So I'm gonna have to, when I get into bed, I'm gonna make a plan of the week, and I'm gonna have to really grind when I get back. Anyway, So obviously sat here for a while, that's absolutely fine. I started feeling fine, like my head was fine and everything, and then I got up and then went downstairs to meet the driver for my Nando's, which you've seen little clips. Oh, my back's just really hurting. Come back up, my back was really hurting, like shooting pains in my back, which is annoying, but it's sort of calmed down now. I'm like sat again, but it's probably not helping that I'm sat on this chair. So anyway, I'm just complaining all the bloody time. I don't know if you were expecting to see a bit more of like a, I don't know why I'm saying expecting. No one knows I'm doing this, but I hope you weren't expecting to see more of like a tour, woo woo, because this is what I've been doing, just sat here watching.
Sit around talking to her about fighting.
Staff Let's Flats. Anyway, I'm off now. I'll see you in a bit. I can't wait to wash my hair. I've got my scalp massager as well. I'm going to give my scalp a good scrub and I'm so excited. I'm going to play some music on my laptop out here. I'm hoping I can keep the door open. Do I have to shut it? I don't know how that works in hotels. Do I have to shut that when I have a shower? I don't know. I don't know. My nose is so itchy since I just put that thing back in. It's gone red. Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, see you in a bit. I'm out of my shower. It was bliss. It was lovely. It was really fucking hot. But it was delightful. Got some spot patches on. Now the thing is, you're probably wondering, Emma, why have you put spot patches on there when you quite literally have spots all over your face? And good question. I actually don't know the answer to that, but these feel like the worst at the moment. They keep re-annoying me and like I keep knocking them and they're re-scabbing over. Like I just itch them off. Do you know what I mean? So I've got these up here. This is beauty. This is the price you have to pay to be beautiful. I'll tell you, they're for free. Anyway, I haven't had my hair down in so long. I can't even remember the last time I had my hair down. Got dandruff, obviously. It's so long now. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna brush it 100 times. And my fork. It's very purple. Can you tell what hotel I'm staying in? Don't know if I already told you, but it's Premier Inn. Anyway, I'm actually going to go for a wee and then I'm going to get into bed. See you in a bit. Peace.